In today's video, I wanted to talk in more detail about Divi. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you have not been here before, thank you for coming. If you have, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Wine and Design. On these episodes, I like to sip on wine, maybe try a new wine, and just dive into design work or even just talk about design. So I cannot believe I've been doing this. I was thinking about the other day. I'm on like my 53rd episode, I think. So we are past the 50 mark, and I wish I had celebrated the 50th episode, but I am terrible at keeping track of numbers and it just didn't cross my mind. But I've been doing this for a while and I love it. It's something I look forward to every week. So thank you guys so much for joining me and for watching these. It really does mean the world to me. Today I actually have a new wine to try with you. So this is an organic wine. I got it at Total Wines and More. So I think that most of the Total Wines carry the same wines, I think. But I did get this one there, and it is an organic wine called Relief, and let me see if it'll focus. But it is a red blend, so it's a mix of a Cabernet, Merlot, and a Shiraz. So I'm excited to try this because I feel like I haven't really dove into like the red blends at all this winter, and I don't know, it sounded pretty good. So let's give it a try, and we will start to sip on this. It's not even 5 yet, so we're starting this early, but that's all right. Try it out. Oh, not my favorite, but it is interesting. It's definitely on the stronger sides of wine. If I had to compare it like strength-wise, I feel like it has like a very strong aftertaste. I don't know, not my favorite, but it's also not terrible. It has like a very like berry flavor or scent, so definitely a lot of like berry notes, I would say. Today, I'm going to give you guys an introduction into Divi. I have gotten lots of questions about it. I actually just had a coaching call earlier this week with someone about Divi and just the basics of it. And I definitely wanted to dive into more detail about what Divi is, why I like to use it compared to a lot of other builders out there, and also just give you like a basic introduction to what it looks like inside of WordPress. I'm actually in the middle of working on my WordPress course. I'm so excited about it. I'm really hoping to launch it at the end of next month. So I'm working very hard on getting that done, but in the middle of working on that course, I was like, I should really explain Divi a little more and bring it down back to the basics as to like what it even is. I will actually start right there in terms of what Divi is and why I like to use it. So Divi is a visual builder. It's just like any other theme that you would purchase for your WordPress website. It's just a theme that you upload to your WordPress. So WordPress and Divi are completely different. Divi is not a hosting provider, so it's just a tool to help you build the website on WordPress. So there's kind of like 3 pieces to the puzzle. There's your hosting account, which I like to use SiteGround. Lots of reasons why I like SiteGround. I always leave the link down below. There's SiteGround, and then there's your WordPress dashboard, and then there's uploading the Divi theme. Those are like, I would say, the pieces of the puzzle to make your site very easy to set up and put together. So Divi, like I said, is a visual builder. The reason I love it so much is because it allows me to drag and drop and build my page basically like as if I was using an Adobe platform like Adobe XD or Photoshop, Illustrator, all of that. So it's a drag and drop. You can customize any page. You can build your pages from scratch. They also have a lot of really awesome templates to start with if you are like a beginner and you want to kind of just practice building a website with Divi. They have templates. I will show you guys all of this when we dive into it on my computer. But yeah, it allows me to drag and drop the pages, and that's a huge reason why I show it. And a lot of these other platforms are very sold on that drag and drop functionality because it makes building a website really fun, but also easy because you don't need to know how to code. You don't need to know how to be a developer really. It's just putting it together. I like to use the visual builder, and it's just an easy way to put together your website in a custom manner. So I always like to build my pages from scratch to make them very custom, and I don't like to use templates because it's going to look like a cookie cutter website that everyone else has. I like to use very custom designs, and that's how I build my websites. Now, I've also had a couple questions on why it is that I'm using Adobe XD and then converting it to Divi. So there's a couple reasons why I like to build on Adobe XD and then transfer it to Divi. And I feel like transfer is the wrong word. I feel like I've used that in the past, and kind of makes it confusing, but you cannot turn your Adobe XD into a live website. Adobe XD is just a platform that I use to mock up my website and make sure the design looks good before I go and make it functional. So really, you're kind of doing two steps there, but in my experience, editing a actual functional web page becomes a little more difficult, and there's a lot more back and forth, whereas if you were to just build the design, show them the pages just all on one page, like together, and present the design that way and then develop it, it saves a lot of revisions and back and forth edits, and also you time from having to redevelop the page when that can sometimes require a lot more work. Also, I like to do it because I have developers on my team that I sometimes, if I feel like I don't have time to build the website, I can send them my Adobe XD file and they can go and build it for me. Those are the reasons why I like to use Adobe XD. Ultimately, if I'm on WordPress, I'm always using Divi. I have used a lot of other theme builders out there like Avada. I always say Avada because of the hair thing. Avada, I've used that. I've also used Elementor, I've used those, but Divi is amazing. Like, I literally can't say more great things about it. Another awesome thing is you can buy it one time and use it for a limited website. So it's a major plus for me because I have so many clients where I just want to generate a new API key and just use it for all my clients, and I don't have to repurchase it. So it's an awesome tool. Like, I can't say much more great things about it. Like, there's so many great things about it, but that's enough talking. I'd like to head on over to my computer and just kind of give you guys an introduction into Divi and show you the basics of it, and then also just a few key notes to remember when you are using it yourself. So let's head on over to my computer. Okay, I just started recording my screen, and I just want to show you guys, like I said, the basics of Divi. So this is where you would head to even purchase Divi. It's called elegantthemes.com, and it'll give a bunch of information on Divi itself. I would actually really recommend trying it out before you commit to it, because I want to make sure that you guys like the functionality of it and the way it feels before you fully purchase and commit to it. So in order to do that, you could basically just go over here, go to About Divi, and try it for free right here. So when you click try it for free, you're gonna see that it takes you to what the visual builder feels like. And this is what I use to build my websites, like I said. So it'll always pop up with the welcome. You can take a tour if you want, but this is just a little bit of what it feels like when you're building the pages. So if I hover, I'm going to see options to edit all of the text in here. If I even double click this area, you can just edit the text fully right from there. So I would really recommend trying this out, editing with all of these different trial settings, and just kind of get a feel for it before you commit to it. So elegantthemes.com is where you would head to purchase Divi itself. But like I had mentioned, you can use it for unlimited clients. It's about $249 one-time payment. That's all you pay forever, for forever access, or it's $89 per year. But I do think that if it's your first year, you might as well do the $89 and try it out and make sure you like it before you commit to the $249. But either way, both of the pricing is very fair, and you have it forever. So now I wanted to head on over to this website. I'm actually building for a client, but I thought I would just show you what Divi looks like inside of the dashboard. So I feel like setting up the WordPress dashboard is a whole nother video that's going to be part of my course, but I already set up my WordPress website through my hosting account, and now in the dashboard, the way you go to upload the Divi theme is to go to Appearance, Themes, and Divi is right here. So it's already activated, it's already set up, we're all good there, but that is where you would upload the Divi theme. Now when I head on over to here, you'll see that Divi is now a part of my sidebar, my dashboards. So when I'm beginning any website, before I get too far in, I like to go into my theme options and set all of this up. So in order to do that, I go to my logo settings and make sure I have my logo uploaded in there. And I like to just make sure I have some of the basics. And I know I mentioned that I don't have to code when I use Divi, but there is certain things that require some CSS code, but it's so simple. All you have to do is type into your browser, how do I make this image overlap? And then you can just copy that code into your CSS settings right in here. But that's one of the reasons I also love Divi, is they give you a section to edit your CSS without messing with the CSS that already exists. So I love that part of it, and I think that's an awesome feature. They have a lot of different areas in here to customize your website and make sure that everything is set up perfectly before you get too far, like I mentioned. They even have like the SEO settings where you can enable meta descriptions. You can edit all types of SEO settings in here, which is also very awesome. Now the theme builder, that is where I create global headers and footers. So that's where the menu and the footer is going to show up on every single page. That's what global really means. So I have a global header and footer set up already for this client. But I will just actually show you guys what this website looks like. It's not like a typical website I usually build. He's a government business and it's more corporate, but this is my global header so far. And then if I scroll down, this is what my global footer looks like. So it makes it nice because you don't have to mess with the header and footer anywhere else. This is where you edit it for every single page. If for whatever reason you don't want your header or footer on just one specific page, there's a CSS code for that, but you could also go in here and you would go into here and add whatever specific page that is. So if I were to go to homepage, let's just add that, then I could basically hide the header and footer for just the homepage just by hiding those eyes there, which is also a really cool feature of Divi. I'm going to delete that template because I don't need that for this website. Over here is the theme customizer. Every single WordPress website has a theme customizer. I don't typically have to do too much in here, but this is where you would set up, and this is more of like a WordPress settings right here. This isn't really Divi, but they just make an easier way to connect to the customizer. But this is where you would change the name of your website, the tagline of your website, and that's really important to do. And then also you can change your, typography, so your header font and your body font. You can do that through here. There's also a CSS code to change your header and body. So your H1, H2, all of that, there's a code for it to add to your CSS settings to make sure the font is consistent throughout the whole website. This is not where you would do your custom fonts, so you can't do that through here. But yeah, this is WordPress's theme customizer. So I'm going to exit out of this and get back to Divi. The role editor, so if you wanted to change, if you have other users on your website, you can change what they do and what they don't. The Divi Library is, you could save sections of your website, so I'll show you guys that real quick. If I enable Visual Builder, I can save a section. Let's say I like this section. I would basically go up here, and it's gonna be finicky because they're overlapping. So let me save this one. And if I needed to, I would just double click it and save it that way. there's ways to get around the overlap. But this little button right here allows me to save it to my library, so I can actually import this exact section and just add it to other pages. And I'm just gonna name it content section, save to library, and now when I head on over here, you should be able to see that right in here. So you can save all of your layouts, which is also another really awesome feature. The support center, sometimes you need to head here to turn on safe mode and make sure that none of the plugins are causing any issues. Turning on safe mode is easy to disable. If I were to enable it and go back to my website, it's going to show a completely different website. So I'll show you guys that. I need to exit this. Actually, since we're logged in, it'll continue to show most of it. But as you can see, like the fonts are different, just like some of the basics are different, but you can turn off safe mode and get it back to what it needs to be. So that's really nice, because with other themes I've used in the past, you just have to go manually and check which plugins are causing issues, and that can take a lot of time. It can be very stressful, so Divi makes it easier. Going back to the visual builder. So the visual builder, like I mentioned, just makes it easy to drag and drop pages. So I thought I would just make a new blank page and kind of show you what that looks like. So if I go to add new, and I'm just gonna name it test. Okay, so now that I created a new page, this is what it looks like. I can choose build from scratch, choose a pre-made layout, clone a page. Clone a page is a nice thing to teach clients when you hand off the website, because they can essentially create new pages just off of your designs and add in new content. So I do like to teach my clients that. Okay, my camera recording stopped, but I figured I would just keep going with the microphone. So now if I build it from scratch, then I'll have an option to create sections and rows like that. And in here, you'll see all these different modules. So I can add counters, I can add contact forms, images, galleries, like there's so many options that make it really fun to build whatever it is you want. So I can add text here, I can add an image right here. I can change the layout if I want the image to be bigger and the text smaller. If you want your section to be wider or like reach the edges more, you would just go in here, go to sizing, and you would essentially just stretch it to whatever it is you need, and you have to kind of play around with that. But so many awesome options for creating different page settings. And then if I click on that little purple button down there, and let me shrink this so you can see. I guess that's gonna stay. So anyway, you'll see that there's an option to see a phone version, which my header is not optimized yet, but this phone version makes it pretty cool to like, you can choose Galaxy, iPhone, like all these different options, and make sure that you're mobile optimized, which is so cool. I love that feature of Divi. You can do iPad setting, tablet, iPad, whatever it is you need to do, they have it. So it's just a really awesome building platform, and I feel like I keep saying that, but there's so many other details I could go into, but that is something I'm really doing in my WordPress course, and I can't wait for that to launch because it's gonna go in a lot of detail. It's gonna be a long course, but there's so many features. Also, another thing, if you made a mistake and you need to go back a version, you could easily just do that here. You could scrap the whole page, you could save the whole page, which is something I also do. I save page templates for my clients, which always helps them. If you wanted to export the page and maybe add it onto a different hosting account, it's WordPress page, whatever, you could do that too. So there's so many options. I'm gonna exit this, discard and exit, and now it's just a blank page. But yeah, it's a really fun way to build your websites, and I absolutely love everything it provides. Okay, so those are some of the basics of Divi. like I have mentioned probably 30 times in this video, I really love the platform. I think it offers so much. There's literally unlimited amount of customization you can do, and I also just feel like it's a really elegant platform, elegant platform. The way it's just designed, it's easy to use, and I think that even clients can use it on their own, and that's another benefit as well. So I really enjoy the platform. Sorry, I feel like my eyes are going bad, that it looks like I'm not focused, but I think I am. So this is weird. I think I'm going blind. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Really hope that it was helpful, because I know I get a lot of questions about Divi versus other builders, and also like what exactly is it. So I hope this kind of like broke it down to the basics, and like I said, my course is going to go into so much more detail about Divi, WordPress, everything you need to know about a WordPress website. So please be sure to get ready for that. I will try and share my pricing range for that course as soon as I get more content done for it. That way you can maybe save for it or prepare for the course launch. But I will share more info as that comes and as I get more done. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that it was helpful. Please let me know if it was, and please subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my videos, and I will see you guys in my next one.